Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, I've had a few requests for this specific video. A side-by-side comparison of what I consider to be two very, very nice knives. I enjoy both of these knives very much. But of course, you have the Rough Rider Reserve 017 Brown Micarta Barlow on top, and the Beaver Creek Barlow from Rosecraft Blades on the bottom. Now, in a live stream here, I don't know if it was the last one. I think it was the last one, and I've had somebody actually reach out to me too. Well, more than one reach out to me and ask me for this video. And on that live stream, without having them in front of me and looking at it and just kind of thinking, you know, I did pick the Beaver Creek. Since then, I've kind of broken them both out, really sat down, looked with them, used them, spent some time with them, and we'll see. We'll see if that holds up. But we're going to talk about some similarities, we're going to talk about some differences, and, you know, if it changes, if my mind has changed, I'll let you know. If it hasn't, I'll definitely let you know that too. But I would like to hear your thoughts after you've watched this video, heard what I have to say. Let me know down in the comments what you think. That'd be awesome. But, so let's talk about some of the similarities. Well, the obvious similarity is they're both designed by Andy Armstrong. Andy, wonderful knife designer. Designed for Rough Rider Reserve for a long time, and now, of course, with Rosecraft Blades, just putting out some really gorgeous slip joints. And so, Andy, just a wonderful guy. Have to throw that out there. Had the opportunity to speak with Andy many times, and just really nice guy. So some other similarities. Both Barlow style knives, single-bladed Barlows. Both have stainless steel bolsters. Both have half stops, D2 blade steel. So there are some similarities between the two of them. But as you can look at them right now on the table, you can see some obvious differences. Of course, you know, you have the shield on the Rough Rider, you have no shield on the Rosecraft. You have the lanyard tube on the Rough Rider, but not on the Rosecraft. Single flute, vice double flute on the bolster. Now, you can kind of see there the Beaver Creek is just slightly larger in the closed position. Okay? Some other differences we're going to see. You've got brass liners on the Rough Rider. You have steel liners on the Rosecraft. Obviously, you have the marking on the bolster. You know, just some glaring differences. Glaring differences. Now we're going to open them up and we're going to see a big difference between the two. Obviously, the blade style. You have a spear point blade on the Rough Rider, and you have that sheep's foot blade on the Rosecraft. Both of them really nice blade styles. Now, I'll tell you this right now. Oh man, I really love the look of that spear point blade. I just do. I love the look of that spear point blade. Nothing wrong with the sheep's foot blade, but the spear point just, it grabs me. It grabs my attention. Now on the reverse side, I love micarta. I love micarta all day long. But the bourbon bone on not only the Beaver Creek, but of course you've got it on the Loosahatchee, you've got it on the Swayback. That drives me this way. So Can you see where I'm going with this? If I had this with this, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That would be absolutely amazing. My taste, what really grabs my attention. Now, as you can see, overall, you're looking at the Roachcraft is slightly longer, probably by 1/8 of an inch, maybe. They're close. They're very close. Obviously, the handle of the Beaver Creek is a little bit longer, but the Beaver Creek is slightly longer overall as well. You do have the match strike pull on the Rough Rider. You have a regular nail nick on the Beaver Creek. I kind of like a match strike pull. And not to strike matches, just aesthetically, I like the looks of it. It looks good to me. Rather than just a regular old nail nick. Nothing wrong with the regular old nail nick. Does its job perfectly. Does exactly what it's supposed to. But just that extra little detail in the match strike pull, it just looks a little better. So, I'm going to give you a good look at each one of them. We're going to take a look at them kind of up close. Hopefully the camera will it? Yeah, it will. Okay. Now take a look at it. The construction on the Rough Rider Reserve, pretty good. Now, obviously, there's some minor gapping underneath that micarta that's filled in with epoxy, and if there's some minor, when I say minor, I mean minor, not EROR, minor gapping on that Rough Rider Reserve 17. Now, right now, this one is hard to find. I looked at several different locations and couldn't find it. Where did I look? I looked, well, obviously, Smoky Mountain. I looked at Chicago Knife Works. I looked at Old Town Cutlery. I think I looked at 5 places total. Temporarily out of stock or out of stock. That was the listing for all of them. The lowest listing I found for this was $39.99. That was on Smoky Mountain. So, not bad. Price-wise, very good. I think that's a more than fair price for this knife. Absolutely, 100%. Take a look again. You tell me, because I want to give you... The pins are so well done. The shield, so well done. Transitions. Lanyard, the construction on this knife is excellent. The fit and finish is very good. Very good. Give you a look at it all the way out there. Gorgeous knife. To me, the blade is what gets my attention on this knife. I like the micarta, and it's good. It's got really good grip to it, but the blade is what catches my attention on this knife, without a doubt. Looks really, really good. So we're going to put that one down. Now we're going to take a look at the Beaver Creek Barlow. Again, I like the markings on the bolster. Pins, done extremely well. Transitions, done extremely well. There again, you have ever so slight minor, and this is my sample, slight. It's minor gapping. This side, pins, done very well. Transitions, done very well. Everything chamfered off very nicely. So well done. This one sells for $55.99. Pretty readily available right now. You can obviously get it at Rosecraft Blades. If you go to Rosecraft Blades, remember, BigRedEDC saves you 10%. So $54, we'll just say $5, $50. $50, $40, okay? Both have half stops. Now the construction, I forgot to say, I would say the pull 5.5 to 6. That's me, guys. I'm not an expert. 5.5 to 6. Nice snap. Walk and talk. Very nice on the Beaver Creek. Let's go back. It's about the same. It's about the same. Oh, man. It might be ever... If I would say, okay, I said 5.5 to 6, right? If I said 5.5 to 6 on this one, I would give this one... Oh, I'm going to sound like the steel guys now. If Magna Cut isn't at 61 point... Never mind. Sorry. But if I had to say, I would say the Rough Rider is like a 5.7. And the Rosecraft was a 5.9. Okay, it's just ever so slight, I think, in my opinion. In my opinion. I know it's hard for you guys to judge because you can't do it yourself. Walk and talk. Nice snap. Now, the Rosecraft, the Beaver Creek is more solid going from half stop. Yeah, going from half stop to full open, it takes a little bit more effort to bypass that spring, to actuate that. Yeah, definitely does. So I'd say for pull to open, the Rosecraft is a little more solid. It's got a little bit more tension on that spring, just a little bit. They both got good walk and talk to me. They're both in hand. I mean, they're traditional knives. There's not a whole lot to get in your way. They both feel fantastic in hand. Absolutely. Both feel fantastic in hand. Now, I will tell you that the 17 is by far my favorite Rough Rider Reserve. Without a doubt. Without question. I love Barlows. Now, I'm really torn between the Loosahatchee and the Beaver Creek. The milling, or I'll throw it out here real quick. The jigging, on the jigging on this one is amazing. It's fantastic. Absolutely gorgeous. That dragon scale. Wow. But there's something to me, that Beaver Creek, just that beautiful bourbon bone, unadulterated, it pulls ahead of the Loosahatchee for me. So, man, this is tough, guys. I'm going to be honest with you, this is a very, very tough choice for me. It really is. Like I said, if I had this and this together, oh, man, that would be amazing. The Beaver Creek Barlow, barely. And when I say barely, let's go back to that 5.7 to 5.9. Barely edges out the Rough Rider Reserve 17. Barely. Excuse me. Why? Well, I choose the blade on one, I choose the handle on the other. That's just, that's where I'm at with it. The construction is almost identical. I would have to say it's minusculely better on the Beaver Creek. Minusculely. Just from what I saw. Tell me what you think. It's a little bit larger, not by much. So does that change the versatility? Does one more versatile than the other? I don't believe so. Again, my opinion. I don't believe so. What gets it for me is the strength of the back spring. The strength of the back spring of the Beaver Creek Barlow seems more consistent to me. To where, and this is completely, guys, slip joint gurus out there, help a brother out. But to me, from what I understand and from what I've learned and stuff, going from open to half stop, and then going from half stop to open, your tension should increase. Like if I said 5.5, like to open, what I'm saying is, I said 5.5 to 6. I would say that's a 6. Okay? On the Rough Rider, 5.5 to 6, 5. To me, the tension going from half stop to open, there's supposed to be more tension going from half stop to open than there is from open to half stop. That's kind of what I've derived from learning about slip joints. Again, not my, sorry about that, didn't mean for it to be blurry. That's just what I've seen from knives. Like I said, slip joint gurus, if I'm wrong, let me know. That's just kind of what I've seen. And to me, I like that. I like that aspect of the Beaver Creek, that it's a little bit harder going from half stop, which means, to me, in using it, yep, it's a little more, it takes a little bit more effort to break it this way. Let me see that. Okay, come back here. It is. It takes a little bit more effort when if you put pressure on a blade. Now, let's realize what we're doing here. We're using slip joints. Putting a lot of pressure on the spine of the blade, not really a good move when you're cutting, because it's going to close on you. Okay, I understand that. I get comments about that all the time. So, but, and it doesn't bother me because I try not to use my slip joints in a manner that I'm going to do that. Sometimes it gets close, I'll admit it. But that lone aspect is what puts the Beaver Creek so narrowly above the Rough Rider Reserve 017. Now, in all this that I've just told you, these are two knives, guys. They're one sample of each model. Could it be different in a different Beaver Creek and a different Rough Rider 17? Absolutely. It absolutely could be. But with the two that I have in front of me, that's where I'm at. The Beaver Creek Barlow, slightly above the Rough Rider Reserve 17. Ever so slightly. I love both of these knives, guys. These are, like I said, probably, well, I know it's my favorite Rough Rider Reserve knife. And the Beaver Creek is just a little bit ahead of the Loosahatchee as far as the Rosecraft blades go. So for those of you that requested this video, I hope I've done you a service. I hope you got what you were looking for. If not, I'm sorry, but I hope I have. I've given you my most honest interpretation of the two knives sitting on the table in front of you that I can. So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for this suggestion. All of you that suggested it. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate you stopping by and hearing what I had to say about these two very, very nice knives. Thanks a lot, guys. As always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.